Stoners, welcome to another great episode of Sticks-n-Stonez. Folks, I have a great show for you today. I am pairing, I'll show you guys on the live stream here, I am pairing Sagamore Spirits Rye Barrel Select with a Cohiba Macassar. Don't really know what Macassar means, but you know, anyway. And it is a very lovely band, kind of a mirrory silver finish. I like the band, I do. It's really nice. And I'm expecting that this match will, be like a match made in heaven. You know, especially for people like me that are cigar and spirit enthusiasts. I believe, now I've had the Sagamore Rye, I have not had the Macassar. And I am looking forward to some just really rich, complex flavors off of the Sagamore Rye. Maybe some hints of caramel and vanilla. It's definitely going to have a lot of rye spice. That's just the way rye works. And I think it will blend very well with the Cohiba Macassar. So I just love saying that, Macassar. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. Now, Sagamore Spirit is a distillery in Baltimore. Started by the guy, Kevin, I think his name is. Maybe his last name starts with an M. Anyway, who is the founder of Under Armour. He branched out into spirits. So, rye, even though they do have multiple blends or brands or lines, whatever you want to call it, they only make rye. That's it. And rye was really like the predominant spirit back in the Revolutionary War times, late 1700s, early 1800s. And just a little bit of information here. Right at the end of that century, like 1799, 1800, right around there, George Washington was actually the largest distiller of rye in America. He had a very large operation going for that time. Anyway, this is the Barrel Select. It is a blend of rye whiskeys from Indiana and Maryland. The mash bill is a blend of a rye spirit that is 95% rye and another blend that is 51% rye. So when they blend those two together, you're ending up with about a 73% rye content there nearabouts. So it is 55% alcohol by volume, which makes it a healthy 110 proof. And it is aged for 6 years in virgin American white oak barrels. So let's go ahead and pour some up. Not a fantastic cork pop, but a nice one. I'm sorry, I think I said 7 years. I think it's actually aged 7 years. I was off by one. Alrighty. Now, that was a healthy pour. I am known for my heavy hand when it comes to pouring spirits. That is very beautiful in the glass. It has, it's got really good legs on it. Not fantastic, but they are good. And it is just a beautiful, deep copper color. Those nice reddish hues to it. It is a beautiful spirit. Now on the nose, I get rye, and some more rye. It is very rye forward, but underneath that, it is fairly complex as well. So I get some notes of honey and dill, maybe a little fennel and licorice. And even some cherries, maybe a little bit of maple syrup in there. Glad the lawn guys are done. Helps you and helps me. And I also pick up a little bit of oakiness, a little bit of woodiness. It's kind of what you'd expect from a whiskey. Now, on the palate. Much like the nose, you get quite a bit of grain. There is a decent amount of heat. It is 110 proof, but other than the grain, you get more honey and a lot like the nose, licorice, fennel. I am picking up a little bit of mint, kind of like peppermint, some dried citrus peels, and maybe some notes of cinnamon in there as well. I went to a Sagamore Spirits tasting at the Cowboy Club. It's probably been a year ago now, and you got to sample all of their different ryes. And they only focus on rye, and they do it very well. A lot of people are kind of put off by rye because rye is spicier, corn is sweeter, which is what bourbon is made with, and most other American whiskeys, unless you're talking about the malted spirits. But they do it very well, and it's really smooth. Not only this Barrel Select, but there are others as well. I'd have to go back and look. It wasn't this one, but there was one in their line that I just thought was fantastic. And I think we had one that night that was upwards of 130 proof. I mean, it was on up there, like in the clouds, with only the scantest of suitors around it from other brands. That is just a really good spirit. Like I said, it's 110 proof, so you do have quite a bit of heat on it, but it's got a great complex profile that comes after that initial burst of rye. That it really does make it a very enjoyable spirit. You probably want to be careful with it at 110 proof, but it's not a mixer. It's definitely a sipper, either neat, maybe chilled. I haven't ever had it chilled. Might have to try that. Because I think with just a dab of water, it might open it up even more. Not much, just a little. And what that does for those that are not whiskey drinkers is when you add a little bit of water to it, that kind of tones down the alcohol, and it allows the other flavors to come through a little more. You know, you would naturally think, oh, you put water in, it's going to water it down. That's why you only use, I've never seen anybody use more than maybe a teaspoon of water. Just enough to kind of tamp down the heat, and that allows those other flavors to come through even more. I don't do it for the show because I want it to be straight out of the bottle. I actually prefer drinking spirit chilled, whether it's rye or bourbon or Scotch. I'm generally a neat guy. It's Scotch. You drink it neat. But I keep a lot of spirits in my outdoor refrigerator, my garage refrigerator, just to keep them cold all the time, especially like vodkas. I figure, you think of vodka, you think of Russia and Finland and like that. It's cold. So now let's go ahead and get on to the stick. The Cohiba Macassar. Now, Cohiba is one of the, most well-known brands globally. I mean, they're right up there with Punch and Arturo Fuente and maybe H. Upmann. They've managed to build a global brand and are extremely well-known. This particular stick maybe not so much. Now, the Macassar is in reference, and it's what it is in reference to is spelled differently. Macassar, the cigar, has a C in it. Macassar, the tree, is spelled with a K, Makassar, and that is an ebony tree. It's a very dark wooded tree that has these real distinctive stripes in it. Grows in Indonesia, and if you buy these by the box, which I can't afford to do, the box has some insets of Macassar wood in the box. That is amazing. So, maybe one day I'll be able to afford maybe a box of these. Now, this is the General Cigar Dominica is the factory. The Vitola is a Toro Grande. It is 6x52 on the ring gauge, even though it really feels like a 6x60. I verified to make sure before I said it. It is a Toro Grande, 6x52. It is rolled in the Dominican Republic. It has filler that is Dominican and Nicaraguan. It has a Connecticut broadleaf binder, and it has a beautiful dark Connecticut Habano wrapper. Now, visually, it is a dark brown, as those of you on live stream can see. I hope my microphone's up enough on the audio. It is a very dark brown. It's got some molted spots, darker spots in it. It is a little bit of a rough roll. It's not a really smooth wrapper. There is a minimal to significant amount of veining, but the veining is not really pronounced. It is very light veining in the heaviness of it. They don't stick out a lot. They don't protrude a lot. It has very tight, almost invisible seams, and it has a rather roughly attached triple cap. So let's go ahead and give this sucker a cut. I know there are some people that say, "Oh, you shouldn't wet that before you cut it." I think it makes it cut better. So, and as with a lot of things in very good cut in the spirit and cigar world, it's up to you. What do you want to do? So, all right. On the nose, I get chocolate, maybe kind of like a chocolate brownie batter kind of aroma. Some barnyard, kind of that kind of mustiness. Bread. A little bit of leather, and I think maybe some gingerbread. All right, let's give it a cold draw. Cold draw is not overly complex. It's very simple. It has notes of gingerbread, and then it also mixes in some cinnamon. Let's give it a light. I cut with my Cassetti multi-cutter on the V-cut, feather floating around, and I am using my Rocky Patel Envoy 5-torch to light. Puts out copious amounts of smoke. I get some notes of initially, where cinnamon was kind of in the background on the cold draw, it's in the foreground after the light. I also pick up notes of oak and maybe some kind of soft, subtly mango kind of sweetness. Just maybe a little touch of citrus. Then there's also some floral notes in there. They kind of that and the mango sweetness kind of bring in a creaminess to the palate. A little bit of black pepper on the retro. Let's try them together. The kind of the smoothness, even though it is 110 proof, I think the Sagamore is fairly smooth. And I think that enhances the creamy texture of the cigar. It kind of creates a kind of a good balance on your palate. I think the aging in virgin oak barrels kind of adds to the depth and the warmth, and it makes these go pretty well together. But it does allow the intricate flavors of the Cohiba Macassar kind of shine on through. It's a pretty good pairing. I can say that just right away, and I'm not going to make any long-term determinations here, just right away, the stick is good. I think it goes well with the Sagamore. I think between the two, I think I like the Spirit a little better. But we've still got quite a ways to go here. It is a really good burn. And again, just a really good amount of smoke coming off this stick. It is burning just a little uneven. I'll watch that as I go along, and hopefully there's nothing inside the stick that'll, make it canoe or anything like that. Alrighty. All right, for those of you that are listening on the podcast, this is where I'm going to put y'all on hold. And I will be back about the halfway mark and give you an update. Hey, Stoners. I am back. Here at the half, this stick has, it's kind of changed a little bit. We've got some licorice being offered up, along with kind of a wheat, grainy note on the palate. There's a nuttiness and kind of a cake battery sweetness. Mrs. Sticks-n-Stonez lets me lick the bowl and the spoon because she makes all her cakes from scratch, not like Duncan Hines scratch, and it's really good. And so you've got that, and it's blending with the honey and the licorice, and then you kind of have that mint note in the Spirit. And then you also have the citrus notes coming into the Spirit, so that's all kind of blending together really well. Now I can say, and I've told this to the people on live stream, if you're not listening to me on live stream, you need to, because you may pick up some things that you didn't know, and some things that I may start talking about, and you're like, I have no idea where that came from. This is one of those things. I'm not just overwhelmed by the cigar. It does offer some nice complexity, but the Sagamore Barrel Select Rye is really good, and I think the palate notes, even though they are kind of rye forward, the palate notes, I think, do kind of support the cigar a little bit. So, we've got that going for us. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to burn this down the rest of the way to the band, and then I will come back and give you folks my final thoughts. Hey, Stoners, I am back. This was a good pairing. As the people on live stream know, I won't say it's a great pairing, but it is good. The Sagamore had some really nice complexity to it and some wonderful palate notes. Once you got past the rye forward, you got into the various different things that it offered up to you with licorice and honey, and there was some cinnamon in there, and it is smooth to be 110 proof. We were just talking about before I brought you guys back in. It's smooth. It's a smooth 110, but it is 110. You got to be careful with it. The stick I liked. I didn't really love, but I liked. It had some nice complexity to it as well. It just didn't blow me away. I wasn't just like, oh, this is a great cigar. There are probably other Cohiba lines out there that I would probably prefer, because I know I've had the blue label and the red label. I don't know if I've had the gray label. Everything seems to now be colors with Cohiba, because you've got the red, the blue, the gray, the kind of silvery mirror finish. But I do feel that the Spirit kind of carried this pairing. I would give the Spirit, I'd give it an 85 out of 100. Really good Spirit. I think you should try. This is the Barrel Select, and then Sagamore Spirits also has several other lines of rye. Rye's all they do. That's it. So now the stick, I would give the stick 75 matchsticks out of 100. While I had you guys on the podcast on hold, I was talking to the live stream folks. There were some construction issues. The wrapper started peeling away, and it burned all throughout. I had to tend it a lot. I had to light it like 3 or 4 different times, and it would wave back and forth between a really straight burn line and a really wonky burn line. And then the fact that I kept having to relight it, even though I thought I was doing a pretty decent job of, puffing on it every so often. It just did seem to need a lot of support. And right now, down to the band, there is a spot on the wrapper where the seam is peeling away before the band, and then there's also a spot between the band and the heel that is peeling away. Thank you. I'm glad you support that. As I listen to the people, or the pooches in the other yards, apparently they agree with me. So I would give it 75 out of 100. It's a good stick. It's a premium hand-rolled cigar. Just not one of my favorites. So, but it does have some pretty nice notes to it. Really, for me, it was just more of the construction problems. I kept having to relight it, and then it starts coming apart on me. That's never a good thing. So, anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this pairing as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Again, like I told the people on live stream, hey, any day you can get out and have a premium cigar and have a top shelf Spirit and have a beautiful day outside, that's a great afternoon. So please hit like, subscribe, share, notify, ring all the bells, blow all the whistles, push all the thumbs up, whatever. That lets me know that you are enjoying me, lets all the algorithms know that you're enjoying me, and boosts me up. You can go out and visit our website, Sticks-n-Stonez.com, STICKSNSTONEZ.com. You can read our blog. I've got to get some more blog posts up. I haven't done it in a while. I've kind of been lazy. But also you can listen to prior episodes out there. And the biggest thing is you can go and visit our affiliate partners. I have links to all of them right there on various pages. I really appreciate all of the affiliate partnerships I have. Keeper's Heart Whiskey, That's one of them. In a lot of places around the country, I think it's like 27 states, you can order it and they'll deliver it right to your house. That's you can't get any easier than that. They bring it right to you. They bring you alcohol. Caliber Coffee, that is a veteran-owned coffee company. Definitely support those guys. Support our veterans. They're trying to make it in the world and owning their own business. Freedom Fatigues. I am wearing my colonial American flag, Second Amendment Freedom Fatigue shirt today. It's over here, Freedom Fatigues, so people on live stream can see their logo on the right sleeve. Freedom Fatigues offers some great t-shirts, man. These are so soft. I love them. You can maybe hear me feeling how soft this t-shirt is. All right, I'll stop. Don't want any of y'all getting, weirded out on me. That's another veteran-owned company. Go visit them. Sticks-n-Stonez 20 will get you a 20% discount. Can't beat that, right? I'm getting 20% off. True Classic Tees. Mrs. Sticks-n-Stonez said the other day, I think I wore, it was a Henley, short sleeve Henley, 3 buttons t-shirt on Friday. And she was like, oh, I like that shirt. I'm like, I know, I look good in it, don't I? That's a True Classic Tees. Love True Classic. They improve as good as you look. They make it better. So definitely need to see those guys. Total Wine and Cigars International. That's where I get the spirits. That's where I get the cigars. There will be a link in the show description on the podcast that will take you directly to the cigar and directly to the spirit at Cigars International and Total Wine. So you can go and see it right then while you're listening to the show. Decide if you want to have it shipped to you or not, or go pick it up at Total Wine or not, whatever, and then tip top proper cocktails for those times when you decide, I'm just getting home from work and I don't feel like fixing a old fashioned, but I would like one. Tip top proper cocktails. It's in a can. It uses real alcohol, the real spirit, not the malt stuff. Fix you an old fashioned, fix you an espresso martini, fix you a margarita. Tip Top has you taken care of. All of those are available on the Sticks-n-Stonez website. You can click and go right out to them. I appreciate it. They appreciate it. Anyway, so until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, stones cold, and have a great day.